Lessons over lovers. Hey loves, it's your girl Sassy, and welcome to another episode of Sassy Speaks. This is the last week of February. Where has the time gone? Which means this will be our last episode of the series of love. Love. I just thank you for the support and rocking with me one more time. So today I opened the doors because welcome to the era where we stop calling it a breakup and start calling it a life upgrade. So let me set the vibe. Breakups hurt, and they do. And we're not pretending they don't. But sometimes the relationship didn't end to break you, it ended to redirect you. So today we're talking about the stages after the heartbreak, how to break the attachment, and how pain turns into the biggest glow up of your life. Because sometimes the person you miss is just a habit your heart hasn't broken yet. This is the Heartbreak Hotel. This is the Heartbreak Hotel. It's like, I'm just messing. In this place, we heal you, mend you, and send you back home. But what happens after the heartbreak? First stage, delusion. Yeah. This is the stage where your brain becomes a full-time fiction writer. And what happens here? Per usual, you romanticize the past. How good it was, how good it felt when the vibes were vibing. Oh, it was so good. Oh, we loved each other so much. We did this, we did that. And then you forget why it ended. But something did, because we here, right? I also continue to replay the good memories, reread the text messages, think about the good times and only the good times. And like it was all good, right? And we rewrite history because loneliness is loud. Hmm. You want to know what's familiar. You want to know what you're used to. You want to be in that space. You want to have that space. So, are we going to be delusional so that we can be somewhere where we don't need to be? Or are we going to break the stage in half and throw it away and move on? Because suddenly the person who stressed you out the most is the only one who understood you. Let's be real, loves. Let's be real. Because if you have to erase half of the relationship to miss them, you don't miss them. You miss the highlights. And we all know what the highlight reel is. It shows you the best parts of the relationship. But we continue to sweep the bad parts under the rug, right? So, how do we get out of this delusion? We have to break the attachment, break the habits. And sometimes you don't miss the person, you miss the routine. Wow. You miss what they used to do for you. You miss what they do for you. But you wake up and you know that no longer is going to happen. The good morning text. And we all know about those. Good morning, beautiful. You can give them a dime a dozen. Having someone to tell random stuff to. Oh my gosh. If I didn't have someone to blurt out random stuff as it comes through my mind, where would I be? That is diabolical. Like to look over and just say something and my husband look at me like, what? Where did that come from? And what are you even talking about? That's a safe space. You know, that physical comfort and the fact of feeling chosen. Because that's what we want. That's what everybody wants. Because you have to understand that what it used to be, it isn't anymore. And again, something happened. And I'm not saying that all breakups are bad or toxic. Some people can break up and be friends. There are a lot of people that are better friends than lovers, and that's okay. Every situation is different. Every relationship is different. Every person is different. You do what you need to do, but if it's hurting you more than it's helping you, we got to be real about it, right? But that doesn't mean that they are right for you, because these are the emotional things that you're feeling. It just means your brain got used to the connection. So we're going through the motions. Not really about love, but it's just the feeling of love, because this is what you do. I know for me, I've had my heart broken maybe twice. And I mean like real heartbreak, because I'm a G. But anyway, for me, I had to completely disattach. Is that a word? I don't even know. But I had to remove myself from everything that reminded me of them and what it used to be. Whether it was things, people, places, them, of course, because that was a part of my healing. Because again, how can we get through this if you continue to stare me in my face day and night, you know? And that's why I am a fan of no contact. Because again, how can you heal from something that you keep reopening? You broke my heart, but yet you still want to have access to me. Where they do that at? Where is that in the rule book? Because this is where we get into the people that want everything and want to give nothing. And that could be a whole nother topic. But anyway, we're going to stay focused here. But yeah, how can we continue to heal if we keep reopening? If they have access, if they continue to call and we answer, they continue to show up and we open the door. If they text at 2 a.m. talking about what you doing, why is you here? Why are you calling me? Why are you talking to me? Why are you breathing? I'm joking. But like I don't get it. I don't understand. Why do we want to continue to grant them access? Because again, something happens, and we don't want to be downgraded from a significant other to a good time and allow access as if you didn't do anything. Now that hurts. You're gonna downgrade me, but you still want access? Nah, that's not how the game is played. I mean, it is, but that's not how we play in this game. But you have to continue to remove yourself. Stalking their pages on social media, nah. What you looking for? Because as soon as you see a new face, a new name, you sick again. And you talking about, oh, I'm just trying to check on them. For what? You don't hold that capacity in their life anymore. You are not obligated, responsible, attached to that person in that capacity anymore. That's somebody else's problem. You're not just heartbroken, you're detoxing from an emotional habit. Let's sit in that for a minute. We all know how hard detoxing is from whatever, right? But now I have to detox from an emotional habit. Emotions make you cry sometimes. I'm sorry, I can't help it. But detoxing is already a thick layer and now you add emotional habits, that is a recipe for disaster. And only the strong survive. That is something that takes a strong will to break. And you know, I know I'm being dramatic, but seriously, that's a lot. And you know, truth of it all, closure doesn't come from one more conversation. It comes from distance. And now let me say this. Every situation is different. I've said that already. Every person is different. I'll say that as well. Sometimes you do need closure. Sometimes we need to sit down and talk about why this didn't work. What I did, what you did, your feelings, my feelings, why you fell out of love with me. You don't love me no more. That's what I keep forgetting. But you have to have a conversation to figure out those things. And, you know, it can go forth and help you to your next relationship. It can provide guidance about what not to do in your next relationship. And sometimes you just need it, you know? Is that the case for everything and everybody? No. Is that going to make you feel any different? Probably not. But I know when I done with one of my relationships that caused heartbreak, I felt like closure continued to escape from me, and I was never given the opportunity to give closure or get closure. When I was in it, I felt like I needed it. Looking back, did I need it? No, didn't make a difference. The writing was on the wall. It was what it was. It is what it is. And that's it. You know, but I do think you do learn from the mistakes. And sometimes it can show you that you're the problem. And that's okay. You know, we're not gonna pass judgment. You just gotta learn from it. And that is what heartbreak and the pain from heartbreak, you turn that into power. And this, my loves, is where the rebrand starts. This is where you emerge from your cocoon, a beautiful butterfly. Because breakups strip things down. And in that space, you get to rediscover yourself. You get to know exactly what you want, exactly what you'll never tolerate again, and who you are. Um, you may come out not knowing what you want, but I guarantee 100% you're gonna know what you don't want. And you set your standards and own it. You know, even if it was to a point to where you're balled up in the corner crying and thinking life is over because your forever is no longer forever, that's okay. We're gonna get through it. But don't come out on the other side not learning anything about yourself, learning anything about the relationship, because you are somebody. You were once somebody before the relationship, and you're going to be somebody after the relationship. How many times do we minimize ourselves to be what the other person wants us to be? We lose ourselves trying to please that other person. And that's how you slowly disappear. We don't know you. You such and such girl. You such and such man. Who are you? Like, we don't know. Because you've given yourself up for that person. So now you have to learn who you are outside of that relationship. Who is the full grown you? You've grown. Hopefully you've learned some lessons, you've gained some wisdom. So you're not going to be the same person coming out that you were going in. And that's why I always say, take some time to be with yourself. Take some time to heal. when you come out of a relationship and not just jump into another one. Have your fun. Be outside, have your fun safely, but just don't get booed up right away because you just don't have time to heal and figure out what it is that you may want or you don't want, even if you still may not know, and that's all right. But in part of our glow up and turning our pain into power, we can start focusing again on things that matter to us. Start pouring energy back into our own goals. What is it that I wanted to do for myself? What parts of my life can I control and have a goal set that I want to make sure I accomplish by such and such? Most of the time, goals get put aside, when you're trying to be in a relationship with somebody that's, may not be where you want to be, or you have different eyes, different goals, and that's fine. But now that it's just you, focus on yourself. Focus on your friendships. We lose friendships sometimes going into relationships because we want to be all booed up and all about that boo. So focus on that, your health, if need be, and your confidence. You just got your heart broken. Your confidence is going to get rocked. Because you start to think about, well, am I not what they told me? Am I not beautiful? Am I not handsome? Am I not sexy? Am I crazy? Like, what is happening? Your confidence is going to get rocked. And that's just all there is to it. So you have to take time to build yourself back up to a point where you can be out here snatching this and that and whatever, right? So you got to stop chasing closure and start building a life so full you don't want to go backward. Wow. Because you didn't just lose a relationship, you gained clarity. You took the shades off. You can see clearly now. And the sun is shining and all is bright. And you can see what you really, really want to do with yourself and with your life. And now the glow up era begins. This is the part that we want people to see. This is the part that we put up on social media. But we don't talk about being balled up in the corner crying on the bathroom floor. We don't talk about yelling and screaming and cussing and thinking you might have to be admitted somewhere because you felt like this was the end and you were going crazy. We don't talk about those moments. We just pop out and be like, yep, I'm outside, I'm good. Right? And that is real blow up. And that includes emotional maturity. Because hopefully we've learned something. We've grown. Again, this is where we know what we don't want. We know what we want. We set boundaries for ourselves and high standards. Because let me tell you, if they don't have A, B, C, and D, then we not wasting our time. And that's okay. You said what you want, you stand on it, and you own it. And don't let anybody knock you down off of your totem pole. Because if that is what you want, that is what you want. And you deserve to get what you want. And we choose our peace. Peace is something that people take for granted. And it is something that people need to understand that once you get it, you need to hold fast to it. I always say it once, I said it again. I worked hard for my peace, and nobody's going to take that away from me. And you attract better when you accept better. When you stop entertaining chaos, chaos stops applying. You get what you get because that is what you want, or that is what you attract. So if you're going to be toxic, you're going to attract toxic. If you want grown up healthy love, you're gonna get grown up healthy love. But we got to stop playing these games. We got to start holding people accountable. And if I tell you I don't like this and you do this, do we need to keep going? And again, I know that's harsh, but if that's your boundary, that's your boundary. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Um, and I feel like in this era, we are going to blame Mr. Charlie. We are going to blame Mrs. Charlie because Mr. Charlie is just a man and he is doing the best he can. No, he's not. We are going to blame Mr. Charlie. And if Mr. Charlie can't get it together, him and whatever he came with can kick rocks. And again, we have to attract what we want. And you didn't just lose them, the person that broke your heart. You didn't just lose them. You lost a version of yourself that tolerated less than you deserve. That one right there cuts deep. I just can't imagine being in a place where I have to accept less just to be with somebody. I have to tolerate less than what I deserve just to be with somebody. Last week we talked about being emotionally starved. Same difference? Yeah. I'm not settling. I deserve this. I deserve what I want. And by golly, I'm gonna get it. If not, then it'll be just me, myself, and I. And that's just how I feel. Um, so tell me, what did your last breakup teach you? Did we learn any lessons? Did we grow? Did we see what we didn't want? And honestly, this is where, feeling really kicks in because you're able to talk about it. You're able to share. Um, and that's what we're here for. Sharing is caring. Just know some endings are blessings in disguise. The breakup hurt, yes, it did, but it also made room for better, healthier, and more aligned love. And that is what we want: better, healthier, and more aligned love. I get everything that I want, and you get everything that you want. And again, I'm being general because nobody gets everything they want, but the list is the list, okay? Heartbreak was the plot twist. The glow up is the storyline. So share your stories with me. I invite stories, I invite lessons, growth moments, and let me know what happened to you. How did you feel? Let's talk about it. You can email me, sassyspeakspod@gmail.com, Facebook, Sassy Speaks, IG, Sassy Speaks Pod. And also, let me know your thoughts about what we should talk about for March. I have a few ideas floating, but I want to hear from you all. I do take suggestions. The box is open. Let me know if you have a question or anything. I'm open to talk about it. Always remember, being sassy isn't an attitude, it's a lifestyle. So like CC said, level up. Bye, loves.